Wowee! Look at that. That looks pretty cool. Hello, cow enthusiasts. It's midday, and it's time to go scratch that hay in for those baby cows. Make sure they've always got some hay in front of them. And by now you will have watched me go buy some more molasses and deliver it to the cows at the big farm. And I came home and I was too lazy. Wasn't I, Finn? But we're gonna go film them now. Let's get this open. Are you gonna come with us, Finn? Okay. Now don't bonk your head. Okay, wiggle, jump. That's a boy. Let's put it up the bank here a ways. And they've licked it all smooth, but it's cold weather out now, so a little puck hole in it. They can't really gobble it up. In the warm weather, they'll make it disappear a little bit too quickly for my liking. One of those things is about $240. Canadian dollars, that is, so I'll have to figure that out and I'll tell you US dollars. There we go. That's interesting. I only see Cujo over there. Where did the babies go? We got Walter right there, or Wally Wally, my grand dog. Are you the grand dog, Wally? Yeah, aren't you? Say hello. So, there they are, all sleeping under the tree. It's their favorite spot. You can open the barn for them if you want, but they won't go in there. I could force them. I don't think that's a good idea. You should be allowed to do whatever you want, right, cowies? Yeah. Where's Stella? You got Coco and Bambi. You can tell it's Bambi because if you look right there, there's no freckles on that nose, see? So that's Bambi. And Dots, who has a dot on each eye, and that's how she got called Dots. And because we needed a name with D, because her mom's name is Dahlia, and Bambi's mom's name is Bliss, and Coco's mom's name is Candy Cow, and Stella, who's down there rubbing on the tree, her mom's name was Sarah. Is it working for you, Stella? Yep. Don't have any hands, so you got to use what you can, right? All right, let's go have a look here. Scratch this hay in. They'll come running as soon as we do that. Are you eating cow pies, Finn? Come on. Yuck. Yeah, you are, aren't you? You're sick. Very sick puppy. Yeah. Okay. And there's Cujo. Of course, the last one still eating at the trough. Just the other day, a couple days before we went to get the molasses, I gave them their biannual deworming, an anti-parasite. It's a liquid, and it comes in kind of a squirt gun thing, and you just run a little streel along the back of their back. There it is. That's the gizmo that you squirt them with. You put this other end down inside a big jug that's full of the fluid. I bought one jug in my whole lifetime because it doesn't take much. If you have hundreds of cows, I suppose you would. But that's what it is. And then so you turn this little thing down here, and it changes that number inside there. And the number inside there corresponds to the number in the center row here. And then in the center row tells you this is kilograms. If you estimate the weight of your animal in kilograms or pounds. I'm still a pounds guy. And so I estimated our cows somewhere between 700 and so I set it at 35. Oh no, that one's at 30 because I turned it down for Bambi because she's smaller. And so I guessed Bambi to be 660 pounds and the other ones to be 770 or so. See, it's that squirt gun, and you just you squeeze it, squeezes like that, you see, and like pumps like a syringe, and then you set it to the correct amount and you pump it and it'll fill up, but then it limits how far this thing strokes, so you can only put so much onto the animal. And so then you just put it from between the front shoulders where they like to be scratched. You start there and you go down just to the top of the tail. You stop before the top because you don't want it to run down onto the bare skin. The thing about cows is they eat in places like this, and there's manure and stuff, and they get internal parasites. It's just like you got to deworm your dog or your cat or whatever. What? I'm patting you. I'm allowed. You're my cow. Yeah. Just like you have to deworm your own pets, your house pets, and cows get the same thing, and also because they eat off the ground, and they get the eggs of the whatever it is, flies and stuff like that on the grass, and they ingest that, and then the things, or a heel fly crawls up, believe it or not, their little larvae crawls up like that, and then they lay their eggs there, and the larvae drill in, and so then they got their deworm just the other day, and this was their first ones, because they were babies, you know, and their first one is late fall. You'll see here in a few weeks if they had any kind of they call it parasitic load. That's what a veterinarian, they measure it. They take a feces sample and use a microscope, and they can tell you how much parasitic load the animal is carrying. And also in the spring, the calves tend to get some kind of, they can get lice and all kinds of nasty things that aren't very pleasant. And if you do that pour-on, it interrupts the life cycle of those cootie bugs, keeps your calf nice and healthy. By the middle of February, you'll see their condition will they'll improve. And you'll notice, here's another thing, you'll notice, because if they're eating and eating and eating and they seem to be always terribly hungry, it's because the parasites are the intestinal ones. They eat the food, and it makes the cows hungry. And then after you give them that, they suddenly start eating less, just like this. Like, look, they're leaving a big pile of hay behind. Okay, let's sit you up here so you can watch some cows for a bit. See if I can make this thing behave. There you go. I'll get a pitchfork. Do what we came here to do. You guys can just sit there and watch. There you go, have some. Get it. I always notice when I come to scratch the hay in, after they sort through it and all the fine stuff is gone, and the more they eat it, the more they eat it, the coarser the material that they leave behind is coarser and coarser until the last bits are just the really thick stems. What's up? They don't have it. This stuff they haven't been able to sort through. They pushed it too far away. There you go. Oh, look at. Have a look in there. How beautiful that stuff looks. See the clover and stuff? Purple. I still say that those when they use those Roundup or whatever it is that cleans off the field, kills everything, and then they plant a specific crop. I don't think it's as good as as a naturally occurring upland meadow, because in an upland meadow you get everything. There's dandelions in there and whatever, and so it's, instead of just eating straight one thing or 2 or 3 or 6, whatever you can put in sometimes. And I've seeded my hayfield, but I certainly don't do something to kill off what's already there, so that I only have one thing. And maybe there's a time for that, like if you're growing a seed crop, say someone's growing seeds for alfalfa or clover or whatever, then you're trying to grow pure seeds, then I guess that's the reason for you to do that. But when you're growing, if you had cows, would you deworm them with and that, might as well be straight up, that the product that I use to deworm them it's ivermectin. It's the controversial stuff, that they were saying people were taking animal medicine. Well, it's for people too, but people aren't supposed to consume the veterinary product, of course. But so they get their ivermectin, and it covers a lot of things: roundworms and ticks and flies and whatever. It's about 6 or 8 internal parasites and about 10 external ones. And I'm sure they don't have all of those, but if they did, they don't anymore. Do you, Cujo? Want some pats? Okay, here you go. Up like that. Right. Oh, fussy, eh? A little fussy? A little bit fussy. Yeah. There you go. So the hay's scraped in. And we'll pat some cows. Here we go. Come on, have a pat, beasties. Are you ready? Dots. There you go. Cujo. Yeah. Are you a good boy? Don't you conk me. There. Yeah. See right there? Be careful when you put your fingers in there and he throws his head back. You'll wish that didn't happen. It hurts a lot. As they bang and then your fingers are in between there. It's like someone hitting you with a hammer. And he won't even notice. And so he won't know he's supposed to be sorry for it. He'll look at you like, what's wrong with you? Oh, a little tickle. There you go. Stella. There she is. Say hello to your friends on the internet. Cujo. What's in there? Something? Gonna have some snow? Okay, get it. Oh, see. Trying to bonk my fingers, aren't you, Stella? Huh? Cujo's putting snow on her. Bam Bams? Yeah? And Coco. Bambi, she's still not... She's just not a snuggly cow, and some cows aren't. That's just how that is, I guess. Can we have a pat? We need a pat. Yeah. Is it itchy? A little bit. There you go. Don't you bonk me. Ho, ho, ho. She's really getting into it now. There's a little itchy spot right there, is there? Okay. There, you're done. What are you doing, huh? Cujo? Gonna bite that string. I'm interested in some funny things. Don't pull the string. Bad boy. Let go. No eating the string. What are you doing in there, huh? Cocos? All right, there you folks have it. You're caught up with the happenings. It's about -4 here today. It's really pretty out. And so I thought I should film it. So, wherever you are, have a happy day, and we'll see you next time. Oh yes, we gotta pat the bums. Joe. Coco. We'll see that now they'll start to get more padded. And that's not really a good thing. If they get suddenly a lot more padded after they've been dewormed, that means they were struggling, and I should have addressed that a little sooner. And maybe I should have. Who's to say? Hey Bambi, is it good? Do you like it? Okay. And Dots. There you go. She is just the most passive, placid thing there is. She doesn't get excited about nothing. Ready to go back in, Finn? Okay, jump. Okay, let's go.